Kushba Kaushal had no inkling that her solo trip to Georgia would turn into a nightmare. Kaushal, a resident of Mumbai, wrote a hard-hitting Facebook post addressed to Georgian ambassador to India, where she narrates the ordeal she was subjected to by the immigration officials. Kushba Kaushal, Facebook. Me flight for Georgia took off from Mumbai on the 29th of June at 5 a.m. IST and I reached Tbilisi by 5 p.m. Georgia time. I was carrying approved e-visa letter from my employer stating I was on a holiday and will be joining back after my vacation, my bank statement to prove my financial stability, my hotel bookings to prove my stay in the country is legit, and health and travel insurance in case anything happens to me while I am in your country. One of the sane mind would think that my preparations should amount to easy passage to your country. However, to my surprise, on the passport check in the immigration, I was asked to move to an unmarked counter for the officers to take a look at my papers. After half an hour of wait, one of the officers took my interview, asking me my purpose of the visit. He had a look at all my papers and cracked a joke as well. Since all of it was pleasant so far, I was expecting quick approvals and started doing a mental calculation of how long it will take me to get to the hostel and explore a bit before I retire for the night. Airlines-airports, but this was not to be. Your officers asked me to wait, which turned out to be 2 hours wait in the cold steel uncomfortable chairs of immigration. After 3 hours of my arrival to Tbilisi, I was not yet given any information or attended to, so I went to ask for my status and was then told that I am being sent back. When I requested for a reason, I was shouted at and told to sit in a corner. This was the beginning of the most humiliating night of my life. Every time, after being told I was being sent back, when I tried approaching one of your immigration officers to get any answer, I was shouted at, told rudely to sit in a corner, and that I will not be given any reason of inadmissibility to your country. I didn't know what was my fault. Where did I go wrong? How long will I be held up in the immigration, and when will I be sent home? And worst of all, I was alone and realized I was fed nonsense information about your country having friendly citizens, and it being considered top-rated for solo woman travelers. Kushba Kaushal, Facebook. To top this, some 6 hours into this ordeal, I was not even offered water to drink, even after constantly begging for the same tier officers. Not a request, sir, it was literal begging. I was dehydrated, hungry, with a terrible headache and body ache, all thanks to no water, food or rest on account of traveling for about more than 12 hours. Kaushal was deported to India without her passport. Once she was back, and decided to investigate the case, which her friends also took up with the media, she found even a deep-rooted problem that was the cause behind her deportation. I was informed by Sharjah transit officers and Indian immigration officers that your immigration officers have been sending almost 90% of Indian travelers with a visa back every day at random, be it families, couples or solo travelers. Like me, I wanted to check what might be the reason of sudden hatred towards Indians, considering in 2015 the tourism from Indian sector to Georgia had increased to 80%, amounting to considerable income being generated for your country through people of my country. Al Jazeera. Guess what I found out? Georgian government had invited Indian farmers to come and cultivate the lands which Georgian people were not able to work at. This sudden influx of Indians, as invited by your government, has increased discontent and hatred towards Indians in general, which I guess has resulted in your immigration officers being racists and playing God with regular Indians' travel plans.